welcome to Newfoundland and Labrador Studies 2205. This is Unit 3, The Country Grows. I'm Miss Fleming, your instructor for this course, and this is Section 5, Lesson 6 on Smallwoods Social Policies. Post-Confederation was seen as a time for social change. When Newfoundland and Labrador entered Confederation, it was not a modern society by North American standards. While the Commission of Government did make some improvements to healthcare and education, many outport families still worked in the fishery under the truck system. Many outport communities still did not have water and sewer, electricity, telecommunication, or paved roads. While the establishment of military bases contributed to change during World War II, many families went back to the fishery once the war was over. So this time was seen as important on improving the standard of living. Confederation promised a better standard of living for residents, but even with help from the federal government, providing services across the province was going to be a challenge. Improving healthcare and education, providing basic services, and improving infrastructure carried a hefty price tag. To help fund improvements, Smallwoods government developed an aggressive economic diversification plan, which we learned a bit about in the last lesson. Additionally, residents who needed them could access Canadian social welfare programs and benefits. Residents were eligible now for family allowances, veterans allowances, unemployment insurance, and old age pensions. So let's talk about improving infrastructure. The Canadian National Telegraph System, part of the Canadian National Railways, took over telegraph services across the province. The privately owned Avalon Telephone Company expanded their operations through the 50s and 60s. Before Confederation, there were less than 20,000 telephone service subscribers. By 1966, there were 82,000. The availability of electricity dramatically increased, with less than half the population using electricity prior to 1949, increasing to most all residents by the time Smallwood left office. The first major publicly owned hydroelectric plant was the Bay d'Espoir powerhouse, providing rural electricity beginning in 1954. Now let's talk about improved transportation. Newfoundland and Labrador's significance to air travel was realized during the Second World War. The government subsidized local airlines to improve air service within the province. And the province also benefited from improved ferry service, which was part of the Terms of Union, and the Canadian National Railways assumed control of the province's ferries and coastal boats. I included this image here. This is the International Lounge at the Gander International Airport, and I love the way that it has been encapsulated in time from this time period in history. Perhaps the biggest improvement to transportation was the construction of the Trans-Canada Highway. Before Confederation, there was approximately 195 kilometers of paved road in Newfoundland and Labrador. By 1965, the Trans-Canada Highway had stretched across the island portion of the province. Road developments throughout the province was a joint effort between the provincial and federal government, with more than 3,200 kilometers of brand new roads being built and an additional 3,200 kilometers of improved older roads. Additionally, were changes in education. Educational opportunities improved post-Confederation, with over 1,000 schools built in the first 20 years. Central and regional high schools were built, along with transportation provided for surrounding students. One such regional high school was Holy Heart of Mary High School in St. John's. It is a very large building, and it's a great example showing that economic prosperity at the time. Federal government provided financial incentives to help increase school attendance. However, the denominational school system remained entrenched in the province and was part of the Terms of Union. Using this school again as an example, Holy Heart of Mary was run by the Catholic School Board. Additionally, Smallwoods government elevated Memorial University College to a degree-granting university, which soon led to larger enrollments and many graduating with a bachelor's degree in education. That was actually a focus of the new campus, which was built in 1961 across where it is now at the Prince Philip Parkway. And Having a lot of people enrolled in the bachelor's degree in education was important because it was seen as improving K-12 education. You can see the education building here on your right. A network of vocational schools were established, as well as a college of fisheries, navigation, marine engineering, and electronics. Finally, let's talk about changes in healthcare. Many new hospitals were built post-Confederation. This included hospitals in Corner Brook, Gander, and the Dr. Charles A. Janeway Children's Hospital in St. John's. This image here is actually the old Janeway, which was near Kitty Bitty Lake. This building has since been torn down as the Janeway was moved to the Health Sciences Center property. A progressive medical plan was introduced in 1957, which provided free hospital and medical coverage to all children under the age of 16. The Hospital Insurance Act was introduced in 1958, which made hospital fees, nursing services, and diagnostic procedures more affordable. But a big change was in 1968, when Newfoundland and Labrador joined the Federal Medical Care Plan, or MCP, which allowed residents to receive various healthcare services for free. MCP is still in place here in Newfoundland and Labrador, and I am very grateful myself to have various healthcare services for free. So now it's time to review. I'm going to ask you to please complete the activities in Brightspace, and I hope you have a great day.